The Shek Report, with Dave Damashek reporting.
Damashek here, after Week 12, in front of Thanksgiving, here to do my job. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin! At number 5, Old Dirty Beckham and the catch scene round the football world. Best catch ever? Perhaps. You know what would have really been special, though? If he'd thrown it back to Eli. It might not have counted for 6 points, but boy, now that would have been memorable. By the way, if you're wondering how last year's LSU team, which had an offense featuring Odell Beckham, Dolphins rookie star Jarvis Landry, Bengals first-year banger Jeremy Hill, and Titans new starting QB Zach Mettenberger could lose 3 games, the answer is quite simple. Their offensive coordinator was former NFL coaching flameout Cam Cameron. Some things never change. At number 4, the Lions and Patriots game. I know the Foxborough faithful enjoyed the performance, but it was kind of boring for the rest of us. I'd much rather watch a staring contest between Bill Belichick and Jim Caldwell, the heavyweight champs of whatever the opposite of effervescence is. Matter of fact, let's put that on pay-per-view. I'd pay $49.99 to watch that, and I think you might too. At number 3, Lions and Niners are bad, oh my. Not their defenses, mind you, their offenses. What's going on with these two teams? Fans in San Francisco's new house of denim are surely feeling blue. What with the lack of points their would-be juggernaut ought to be putting up. Michael Crabtree, Vernon Davis, Frank Gore, Anquan Bolden, what gives? And the Lions have Calvin Johnson, the alleged best receiver in football, plus Golden Tate, first overall draft pick Matt Stafford, and former possessor of the Heisman Trophy Reggie Bush. But they were outscored by LeGarrette Blount alone. Sheesh. At number 2, here's our weekly nomination from a Shek field reporter living in the borderless nation known as the Shek Republic. This one comes from Chris. Yeah, good point, Chris. Is it offsides, encroachment, or a neutral zone infraction? Or is it a way of triple shaming the violator? Or is it a way to keep things fresh? And here's another point. Why aren't any of those words reviewable? To send us your nomination, tweet me at Damashek and use the hashtag ShekReport. Let's move on to number 1 and this week's brown paper bag of shame, which goes to Atlanta Falcons head coach Mike Smith. He's already distinguished himself as the only NFL head coach ever to publicly wear Tevas. And after his inexplicable timeout in the 4th quarter gave the Browns enough time to pull out the win, Teva Smith might be the worst clock manager of all time. Now his Falcons are 4-7, good enough for first place in the less than mighty NFC South. My, oh my, what a sad, sad division. We are drawing ever closer to a 6-10 team winning it. Oof. You know what? Cover up the Tevas. Cover up everything that has to do with that awful division with this. It's the brown paper bag of shame. Till next time, try not to embarrass yourself. Oh, and eat a lot of stuffing. Why do we only eat stuffing once a year? I want it year-round. Shame on the world.
Shame.